Yeah, my name is Tim Eyman. I'm from Bellevue, and I just think a real-world example might be helpful. In 2018, Karen and we sold off a retirement fund, and we loaned $500,000 to get our $30 tabs initiative on the ballot. Anything related to ballot measures when it comes to this legislation, this constitutional amendment, doesn't make any sense because ultimately it was the voters that ended up voting on it. The opponents spent $5 million opposing the measure. Again, something that would be limited by this constitutional amendment. Ultimately, the voters are making the ultimate decision on these ballot measures, and any kind of limits on the ability of individual citizens to spend their own money or to pool money to get ideas on the ballot, it seems to me just runs completely counter to the First Amendment. When I ran for governor, I could see the idea of limiting how much somebody gives to a person running for office because they might make future decisions on behalf of other people. But it doesn't make any sense to put limits on what you put into a ballot measure because, as the young lady spoke that testified earlier, we want everybody's voices to be heard. Ballot measures are exactly that. The voters make the decision on whether or not they wanted $30 tabs or not, and they did. They wouldn't have had that opportunity if I hadn't gone insane and sold off a retirement fund for an issue I believe in. Money itself is not evil, bad, influencing, etc. It's the ideas that are being promoted, and the idea of limiting the ideas that are being put forward by constitutional amendment, by limiting our free speech, by limiting the First Amendment. Boy, you're in really dangerous ground. So I would hope that the committee would have better things to do with their time than to completely throw a monkey wrench into the First Amendment. I would strongly oppose limits on our First Amendment rights. And frankly, that applies to left-leaning initiatives as well as right-leaning initiatives. People should have a right to vote on various issues that they care about. And, you know, Senator Cooter, if your bill hadn't had the word ballot measures in it in your constitutional amendment, I wouldn't be testifying, but it just really struck me as odd to have some kind of limit on ballot measures because, as the Supreme Court has said over and over again, ballot measures are different because they're about an idea. They're not about a person. And in this case, you're talking about an idea that the voters have voted for 3 times, but they wouldn't have had a chance to vote on it if I hadn't gone insane and done that financial decision. So this constitutional amendment would seem to limit even my ability to use my own money to be able to advocate for ideas that I believe in. I just think this is a real slippery slope, and I would just strongly urge the committee to, if you're going to go forward with this thing, drop any references to ballot measures and only focus in on candidates, but I'd probably oppose that too. So anyway, thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you.